This is lesson 483. This is a spelling dictation lesson where I will dictate 3-syllable words, and all of these words will contain any one of the 8 vowel groups we've learned thus far in the program. So I'm going to review those 8 vowel groups prior to the dictation. Vowel Group 1, we have one vowel followed by a consonant in a word. The vowel will represent its short sound. Vowel Group 2 is when a vowel comes at the end of the syllable. The vowel represents its long sound. Vowel Group 3 is the silent E rule. If you have a silent E at the end of a syllable, and there's a vowel in front of that silent E, separated from the silent E by at least one consonant, the first vowel will represent its long sound. The E is silent. We underline the E to indicate the relationship between that silent E and the long vowel that comes before it in the syllable. Vowel Group 4 is when 2 vowels join together and form a team. The first vowel represents its long sound. Vowel Group 5 is when a vowel is followed by R. The vowel plus R join together, form a team, and represent a special sound. Vowel Group 6 is when 2 vowels join together and the first vowel does not represent its long sound. Vowel Group 7 is when you have a consonant followed by LE at the end of a syllable. The consonant plus LE form a separate syllable. LE is a vowel team in that situation and represents the sound ul. And Vowel Group 8, the vowels A, O, and U all represent an extra sound. The extra sound for A is aw, the extra sound for O is oo, and the extra sound for U is I begin dictation now. We have 10 rows of words. This is row 1. Decipher, decipher. I will try and decipher this code. Decipher. Now all of these words are 3-syllable words. The first syllable is D, 2 sounds, D, E. Sigh, 2 sounds, S, I. Fur, 2 sounds, F, Decipher. Now, the first thing we do is look for teams. Look to see if a letter is representing its second sound. Look to see if we have a silent E in the word. In this word, we have C representing its second sound because it's followed by I. And we have PH and ER, both of those are teams. Of course, with the C, we double underline the C to indicate it's representing its second sound. Next, we identify our vowel sounds. We have 3 vowel sounds, thus we have a 3-syllable word. Now we apply syllable division. And in both instances here, we have 1 written above the syllable within the word. We count the consonants between our vowels, and there is 1 consonant between the E and the I, so Syllable Rule 1 is in effect. Then we count the consonants between I and ER, and we have 1 consonant team, so Syllable Rule 1 is in effect as well in that situation. Next, we associate vowel group numbers with our vowel sounds. And in the first 2 syllables, we have a vowel at the end of each of those 2 syllables, so Vowel Group 2 indicates they will represent the long sound of those vowels. And we have a vowel plus R, ER, so that's Vowel Group 5. And the word again is decipher. Officer, officer, he is an officer in the army. Officer. Off, 2 sounds, ah, f, 2 sounds, I, sir, 2 sounds, s, off, sir. All right, let's go over the marking procedure again. First, we look for teams. We look for letters that represent their second sounds. We look to identify a silent E if there is one in the word. C here is representing its second sound, so we double underline it. ER is a team. Next, we identify vowel sounds. 3 vowel sounds. Now we apply syllable division. In the first syllable, we have O followed by F followed by another F. So when you have two consonants between vowels, you divide after the first consonant and before the second, according to Syllable Rule 2. And then in the next syllable, Fi, we have I followed by C followed by ER. So we have one consonant between our vowels there. And therefore, according to Syllable Rule 1, you divide after the vowel and before the consonant. And now we associate vowel group numbers with our vowel sounds. Now, in the middle syllable, we have 2 under the I underlined, and that's because I in this word is representing the short I sound. Vowel group 2 indicates that the I should represent its long sound. So what we have is an exception to vowel group 2. When we have an exception to vowel groups or to the syllable rule numbers, we underline those numbers. Again, the word is off, fi, sur. Sanctity, sanctity. He approached the church with great sanctity. First syllable, sank. 4 sounds. S, a, k. T, 2 sounds. T, I. T, 2 sounds. T, E. Sank, T, T. Let's go through the marking procedure. First, we look for teams. We look to see if any of the letters represent their second sounds in this word, and we look to see if the word contains a silent E. In this word, Y is representing its second sound. When Y comes at the end of 2 or more syllables, it usually represents the long E sound, and that's the second long sound Y represents, so we double underline the Y. Next, we identify vowel sounds, and we apply syllable division. Now, we have NC as a blend in the first syllable, and we identify blends only when they're in danger of being broken up into separate syllables by placing half circles under the consonants in the blend. And that consonant blend counts as a unit of 1 when you're counting the consonants between your vowels. Thus, syllable rule 2 is in effect here. NC counts as 1 and T counts as the other consonant. So we divide after the consonant blend and before the T. And then finally, we associate vowel group numbers with our vowel sounds. And again, in the middle syllable, we have 2 underlined because the I is representing its short sound there. Sanctity. The next word is merchandise. Merchandise. He has a lot of merchandise for sale. Mer has 2 sounds. Chan, 3 sounds. Ch, a, n. Dice, 3 sounds. D, I, s. Mer, chan, dice. Now at this point, pause the video, completely mark the word, and when you're ready, advance the video. Mer, chan, dice. Row 2, molasses. Molasses. I like to eat my pancakes with molasses. 3 syllables, first syllable mo, 2 sounds. O. Last, 3 sounds. O, a, s. Says, 3 sounds. S, e, z. Molasses. Mark the word. Molasses. Currency. Currency. The traveler carried a great deal of currency on him. Currency. Cur has 2 sounds. K, Ren, 3 sounds. R, e, n. C, 2 sounds. S, e. Currency. Mark the word. Currency. Now, you have 2 R's in this word. Oftentimes when you have a vowel followed by 2 R's, the first vowel and the R do not join together and form a team, but they do in this word. So what you have to do is be aware that when you see a vowel plus 2 R's, Sometimes the vowel plus the R will form a team. More often than not, in that construction, the vowel plus the R will not form a vowel group 5 team. The next word is blasphemy. Blasphemy. Blasphemy is talking sacrilegiously or profanely. Blas has 4 sounds: b, ul, a, s. Fe has 2 sounds: f, e. Me, 2 sounds: e. Blasphemy. Mark the word. Blasphemy. Blasphemy. Disinfect. Disinfect. I need to disinfect the forks and spoons. Dis has 3 sounds: d, I, s. In has 2 sounds: I, n. Fect, 4 sounds: f, e, k, t. Disinfect. Mark the word. Disinfect. Now, in this word, you'll notice the one above the word is underlined because we have an exception to Syllable Rule 1. We're going to divide the word after the consonant between the vowels instead of before. And we do this because it's the only way we can say this word properly. Otherwise, we would have to pronounce it disinfect. And, of course, it's disinfect. There's no way we can pronounce it any other way and still preserve the integrity of this word. Row 3, buffalo. Buffalo. I saw a buffalo at the park. Buffalo. Now for spelling, pronounce it buff-fe-lo. Buff, 3 sounds: b, f. Fe, 2 sounds: f, a. Lo, 2 sounds: l, o. Buff, fe, lo. Mark the word. Buff, fe, lo. Embassy. Embassy. I had to go to the embassy to get a visa. Embassy. Now for spelling, pronounce it m-bass-c. M, 2 sounds: e, m. Bass, 3 sounds: b, a, s. C, 2 sounds: s, e. M-bass-c. Mark the word. M-bass-c. Expedite. Expedite. I hope you can help me expedite this order. X, 2 sounds: e, x. Pe, 2 sounds: p, e. Dite, 3 sounds: d, I, t. Expedite. Mark the word. Expedite. Syllable. Syllable. Every syllable has only 1 vowel sound. Syllable. Sill, 3 sounds: s, I, ul. Lay, 2 sounds: ul, a. Bull, 2 sounds: b, ul. Sill, lay, bull. Mark the word. Sill, lay, bull. Remember, when Y is followed by a consonant, Y normally represents the short I sound. And when we have LE at the end of a syllable and it's preceded by a consonant, the consonant plus LE form a syllable. The LE is a vowel team here representing the sound ul. That is vowel group 7. Row 4. Density. Density. There is great density in some of the thinking in this room. Density. Den has 3 sounds: d, e, n. Si, 2 sounds: s, I. T, 2 sounds: t, e. Den, si, t. Mark the word. Den, si, t. Detergent, detergent. I need to go buy some detergent. D, two sounds, D, E. Ter, two sounds, T, Gent, four sounds, J, E, N, T. Detergent. Mark the word. Detergent. Tormentor, tormentor. The prison guard was a tormentor of the prisoner. Tormentor. Tor has two sounds, T, or. Men, three sounds, M, E, N. Tor, two sounds, T, or. Tormentor. Mark the word. Tormentor. Furniture. Furniture. Help me move the furniture. Fur, two sounds. F, N, two sounds. N, I. Now the third syllable, pronounce it tuer, and that's three sounds. T, U, Furniture. Mark the word. Furniture. And the way we pronounce this word in conversation would be furniture. Row 5. Projector. Projector. The projector broke at the theater. Projector. Now to pronounce it for spelling, you say projector. Pro has three sounds. P, R, O. Jek, three sounds. J, E, K. Tor, two sounds. T, or. Projector. Mark the word. Projector. Enamel. Enamel. Enamel is the thin surface covering of the teeth. Three syllables. The first syllable is one sound, E. Na, two sounds, N, A. Mel, three sounds, M, E, O. Enamel. Mark the word. Enamel. Synopsis. Synopsis. A synopsis is a summary of events. Synopsis. Si, two sounds, S, I. Nop, three sounds, N, A, P. Sis, three sounds, S, I, S. Synopsis. Mark the word. Synopsis. Now, when Y comes at the end of a syllable, normally it represents its long sound, according to Vowel Group 2, but we underline it here because it's representing its short sound. Stabilize. Stabilize. I need to stabilize the patient, said the doctor. Stabilize. Stay has three sounds. S, T, A. B, two sounds. B, I. Lies, three sounds. L, I, Z. Stabilize. Mark the word. Stabilize. Row 6. Acrobat. Acrobat. She is an acrobat in the circus. Ac has two sounds. A, K. Row has two sounds. R, O. Bat, three sounds. B, A, T. Acrobat. Mark the word. Acrobat. Vinegar. Vinegar. I need to go buy some vinegar. Now for spelling, pronounce the word vinegar. Vi, two sounds. V, I. Ne, two sounds. N, E. Gar, two sounds. G, R. Vinegar. Mark the word. Vinegar. So I and E both represent their short sounds in this word. And of course, for Pronunciation in conversation, we just say vinegar. Summary. Summary. I will give you a summary of what just happened. Some may re. That's the way to pronounce it in your head as you're spelling it. Some has 3 sounds. S, m. May, 2 sounds. A. Re, 2 sounds. R, e. Some may re. Mark the word. Some may re. Summary. Alphabet. Alphabet. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet. And we pronounce this word alphabet. Al, 2 sounds. A, ol. Fe, 2 sounds. F, a. Bet, 3 sounds. B, e, t. Alphabet. Mark the word. Alphabet. Now, in the first syllable, normally when A is followed by L and then followed by another consonant, A will make its extra sound aw. But it doesn't do that here. Instead, it represents the short A sound a. Row 7, insolvent. Insolvent. The unemployed man is now insolvent. Insolvent. In, 2 sounds. I, n. Sol, 3 sounds. S, a, ol. Vent, 4 sounds. V, e, n, t. Insolvent. Mark the word. Insolvent. Disorder. Disorder. There was great disorder among the crowd. Disorder. Dis, 3 sounds. D, I, s. Or, 1 sound. Der, 2 sounds. D, Disorder. Mark the word. Disorder. We have an exception to Syllable Rule 1 occurring at the first syllable in the word. We divide it after the S. Therefore, we underline Syllable Rule 1 to indicate an exception is occurring here. Adequate. Adequate. I believe our supplies will be adequate. For spelling, pronounce this word adequate. First syllable a. De, 2 sounds. D, e. Quate, 4 sounds. First 2 sounds qua, a, t. Adequate. Mark the word. Adequate. And again, our word for conversation would simply be pronounced adequate. Informant. Informant. The police informant was hunted by the people he reported. Informant. In, 2 sounds. I, n. For, 2 sounds. F, or. Mant, 4 sounds. A, n, t. Informant. Mark the word. Informant. Row 8. Hypocrite. Hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite. Tell people what you think. Hypocrite. First syllable hi, 2 sounds. H, I. Po, 2 sounds. P, o. Crit, 4 sounds. K, r, I, t. Hypocrite. Mark the word. Hypocrite. Now we have a blend we have to protect. So we underline with half circles C and R. And the I in the last syllable is representing the short sound, so we underline the 3. And the Y in the first syllable is representing the short I sound, so we underline the 2 there. Overlook. Overlook. I will overlook this today. Overlook. O, 1 sound. Ver, 2 sounds. V, Look, 3 sounds. Ul, k. Overlook. Mark the word. Overlook. OO is representing its second sound, so double underline it here. Innocent, innocent. The woman pleaded that she was innocent. Now for spelling, pronounce it in-no-cent. In, two sounds. N. No, two sounds. N-o. Scent, four sounds. S, n, t. In-no-cent. Mark the word. In-no-cent. Enterprise. Enterprise. The entire enterprise was off to a great start. Enterprise. N, two sounds. N. Ter, two sounds. T, Prize, four sounds. P, r, I, z. Enterprise. Mark the word. Enterprise. Here we have another blend, PR. We have to put half circles under the P and the R to protect that unit so it's not separated into separate syllables. Row 9, marmalade. Marmalade. I like to have toast and marmalade. And for spelling, pronounce it marmalade. Mar, two sounds. R. May, two sounds. A. Laid, three sounds. A, d. Marmalade. Mark the word. Marmalade. Captivate. Captivate. His storytelling will captivate you. Captivate. Cap, three sounds. K, a, p. T, two sounds. T, I. Vate, three sounds. V, a, t. Captivate. Mark the word. Captivate. Disengage. Disengage. The army began to disengage from the enemy. Disengage. Dis, three sounds. D, I, s. N, two sounds. E, n. Gauge, three sounds. G, a, j. Disengage. Mark the word. Disengage. We have an exception to Syllable Rule 1, so we underline the 1 above the word. Why is GE not a team in this word? GE is not a team because E has two jobs at the end of the word. It does cause the G to represent its second sound, but it also causes the A to represent its long sound. We only underline GE as a team when E's only function is to cause the G to represent its second sound. Bursitis. Bursitis. Bursitis is a very painful condition. Bursitis. Bur, two sounds. B, Si, two sounds. S, I. Tis, three sounds. T, I, s. Bursitis. Mark the word. Bursitis. Row 10. Dependent. Dependent. We are all dependent on one another. Dependent. First syllable D, two sounds. D, E. Pen, three sounds. P, E, n. Dent, four sounds. D, E, n, t. Dependent. Mark the word. Dependent. Abnormal. Abnormal. The patient had an abnormal heartbeat. Abnormal. Now for spelling, you want to pronounce it abnormal. First syllable ab, two sounds. A, b. Nor, two sounds. N, or. Mall, three sounds. M, aw, ol. Abnormal. Mark the word. Abnormal. When A comes at the end of a syllable followed by L, it normally will represent the aw sound, which is the extra sound for A, so we put 8 under the A in that instance. Eccentric. Eccentric. He is the town's eccentric. Eccentric. First syllable ek, 2 sounds. E, k. Sen, 3 sounds. S, e, n. Trick, 4 sounds. T, r, I, k. Eccentric. Mark the word. Eccentric. Our last word is ratify. Ratify. Congress will ratify the amendment. Ratify. Ra has 2 sounds. R, a. T, 2 sounds. T, I. Fi, 2 sounds. F, I. Ratify. Mark the word. Ratify. Now, normally when Y comes at the end of 2 or more syllables, it will represent the long E sound, but here it represents the long I sound, so no special mark is made to the Y. If Y were to represent the long E sound, we would double underline the Y. And this completes the dictation of words from lesson 483.